Yo, what's happening? Loyal coming at you with a video. 713 the Space City win here. So it's gonna be a college football related video regarding the Texas Longhorns, who not to mention beat down on Sam Houston State by a score of 55-0. One of their best games of 2025 so far. Though I wish they would have played like this last week versus UTEP and San Jose State or even Ohio State, because come to think of it, they could be 4-0 had they scored touchdowns, key touchdowns at that. So let's talk about it. Arch Manning had total 5 touchdowns, including 303 yards and 3 TD throws. One of his best games of 2025 so far. The defense, looked good as usual. As a team, forcing 4 sacks and a turnover and interception. They did their thing. Shout out to the defense. And the running game as a whole, had over 100 yards. And Wingo, shout out to Wingo, man. I feel like that offensive chemistry was a lot better compared to the first 3 weeks of the campaign. I feel like, the perfect game to build up confidence, come SEC play, which is in a little less than 2 weeks now, since they'll be taking the week off, next week to prepare for the Florida Gators, who fell to 1-3. And speaking of Florida Gators, if I'm the Florida Gators, I'll fire Billy Napier, because Florida deserves way more better at that, truth be told. I just thought I'd get this off my chest. No trolling, no nothing, just being honest, being real. But for the Texas Longhorns, the offensive chemistry was a way lot better at that. And let's hope they can keep building that offensive chemistry going forward. They got the week off, to prepare for the Florida Gators. The preparation for the offense and defense have to keep getting a lot better. And just got to cut down relying on the defense. The defense is going to give the offense opportunities to score points. But if the Horns, they just got to keep consistently scoring if it means taking the pressure off the defense, which if it means preventing the defense from being tired, instead of being on the field for too long. But not to mention, much better offensive showing for the Horns. I know it's only Sam Houston State, but hey, they showed out last night in Austin, Texas. So good day to be a Horns fan, no matter what. So the Texas Longhorns won by a score of 55-0. They got the week off next week, before taking on the Florida Gators October 4th in conference play. And hey, hook 'em Horns, hook 'em. I'm out.